Yo guys, what's going on? This is Yokin here, and welcome back to another episode of my Football Manager 2018 save here with Olympic Lyonnais. And we've managed to turn form around a little bit. I started and stripped the tactics back bare. I'm on a complete different tactic now, and we seem to be having a little bit more control of our fate. It is by no means whatsoever going superbly. We will not catch PSG on 65 points or Monaco on 67. I can guarantee that with this being our 30th game, it is not going to happen. But we put ourselves in a very capable position of finishing third, which is fine because that's all the board want, is for us to secure Champions League again. A little bit frustrating, but that's all the board want. And we are starting to see the team gel and play a little bit better. Let's look at the schedule. So you saw us last against Nice. It wasn't a great result, was it? Let's be honest. It wasn't the best of results. Since that, we played them in the league and managed to beat them 1-0 with a Rosalia goal early on. And he has started to prove to be a little bit of the wonder kid. Now, I've struggled this season massively to score. And I've struggled a lot, really, to stop us from conceding. Bordeaux proved that once again. Rosalie getting a double and Moussa Dembele getting a double. So two big players for the future of this club scoring goals. But they still managed to score 2 goals. Then played a Mines and beat them 2-0. Finally, we didn't concede. 2-0, Benjamin Rosalie again with a double. He's really stepped it up recently. Then went in against Anderlecht and I was confident and comfortable. I probably should have remembered that this was an away fixture and not just thought, right, I can just bulldoze over anyone, because they did beat us 2-0. I went attacking and it failed. It failed miserably, and yeah, you know, you've got to learn. You have to learn. After that, we played against Gunnar, gave them a kick up the arse. Andre Schürrle and Hakan Çalhanoğlu getting the goals. So we then went to Anderlecht, knowing we needed 3 goals. So I was very, very nervous. In normal time, Moussa Dembele and Andrea Schürrle getting the goals. So it made it 2-0. And I was a bit like, we was by far superior at home. We was kind of even away, but we was by far superior at home. But in extra time, or stoppage time, or what? No, it's extra time. Memphis Depay, playing as a shadow striker, gets a goal for us. This is, shock. And Moussa Dembele getting another one right at the end. So we've gone through and we've drawn Bruges. So we are getting a little bit of luck, which makes me think maybe we can do something in the Europa League. Maybe, just maybe. But we do have some big games sandwiched in between the 2 Bruges games, which is the issue. The Marseille game being the biggest one. Monaco and PSG, I just don't think there's going to be much I can do about that. But the Marseille game is going to be huge. And what else happened? Oh yeah, and we recently just played Lyon, and it was one of the most frustrating draws I've had. When you think of all the results and all the games we've had this season, for some strange reason, this one really frustrated me. We went a goal up. It was very lucky, but we went a goal up. We conceded thanks to a Raphael Toloi mistake. But what frustrates me is I talked about not being able to finish. 5. After they scored 5 clear-cut chances. 5. I took Dembele off because he didn't have his scoring boots on, so I took him off the pitch. Goebbels missed 3 of them and hit the post, and Memphis hit the post as well. It was very, very frustrating. Very, 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 very frustrating. It should have been a victory, but you can't win them all. The biggest game for me is going to be the Marseille game. We need to win that. And they're not in great form at the minute as well, which is fantastic. But Monaco and PSG, I really would like just draws or something, just anything from these 2 games. It is going to be tough, and I would really like it if Fekir didn't punish us. It does look in the year that they've signed Fekir that Monaco could 100% potentially win the league. Yeah. Did we give them the piece they needed? 14 goals, 18 assists, a 7.13 rating. It's very frustrating because the man who I said I was bringing in to replace him in his position hasn't had a great year, Çalhanoğlu. maybe settle in like this guy did. They do have a strong team around him, I have to be honest. They do have a very strong team around him. But it is a little bit frustrating. It's a lot, because Çalhanoğlu is... let's just have a quick look at him. Yeah, he's not been as good. 18 appearances, 2 goals, 2 assists. He's got a better average rating, I think. Or was it 7.19? I can't remember. But 2 goals and 2 assists. I mean, he hasn't played as many games. He's not settled in. He's a damn sight cheaper. He's not settled in as we would like it. But I do feel like going forward, he's definitely got the potential to be a very important player for this team. It's been spread more. Dembele, we wouldn't have signed Dembele if it wasn't for big sales going out. He, as much as he misses off the mark sometimes, he has had a good year. Let's be honest. He's had a very good season. I didn't know how he was going to perform coming from Scotland, but 15 goals, 1 assist, 5 man of the match in only 18 appearances in the French league. Overall, he's got 23 goals in 24 appearances. Well, 24 starts, 4 off the bench. So in 24 starts, he's got 23 goals. I am not going to complain. His average rating is a 7.36 overall competitions. You can't complain. I can't. And he's a player I couldn't have blown the whole budget on getting him. So he's definitely a player who wouldn't have been in the team if it wasn't for players like Fekir leaving. I think in terms of Dembele and other players who are so young, the future is bright. Rosalia is having a absolute outstanding season. 21 starts, 12 goals, 3 assists, 3 man of the match performances, 7.18 rating. In the Champions League, he had a 7.33. In the Euro Cup, a 7.15. He's doing it. He's doing bits for the club. He's a wonder kid. We're really going to have to try and hold on to him. I am more determined than ever, this does change on a daily basis. I have to be honest with you. It changes on a daily basis of me sitting down and doing the save. But because of the way the season's gone this year, I am more than ever feeling like there has to be a season 4 that's live. I probably would have played a season 4 anyway, but that's live. So let's change up the squad. We technically should have this. I'm hoping that Mass grows into being a superb right back. I'm giving him game time. Let's play on Bulin because Mendy no doubt will be tired. Who else do we have that's tired? No one really, actually. Let's give Santa Maria a game now. Toussaint, and let's bring in Hassan. No one shone last game. El Ghazi will get the game again now. And I will play Memphis because he's whining. Andre Schürrle's had a mixed season. Well, I just can't decide on him. 12.25 million isn't bad. And for 12.25 million, in 16 appearances, we've got 8 goals, 2 assists, 1 player at the match. But really, in reality, we've had 19 starts from him, 11 goals, 3 assists, 1 player at the match. His average rating is a 7.14, but in the league is a 7.23. So, he has been pretty decent. He's just on such a high wage, and it's working out whether he warrants it. This probably 100% will be Memphis' last season. I am looking for a 76 grand a week guy. We don't need him. But I do want to get a little bit of cash from him, which is a bit frustrating because I don't think we're going to get much. I think he's probably going to go for like 4 or 5 million. And I'm kind of going to have to accept it. Let's have a quick look actually at the under-19s. We did have the intake. I cannot remember for the life of me the players that were already in here. I remember some of them, but not all of them. But as you can tell, we've got a new crop of youngsters. 3 strikers down there. 3 strikers, all expected to be 5-star. We have a great youth system. This is one thing I would say. If you're looking for regens on your save, and you've got an average amount of money, you don't need loads. These guys aren't ridiculous amounts. Okay, this dude is. This 14-year-old is. This was a bad example. Is it this guy? There are some that aren't. Okay, I'm picking all terrible examples right now, but there are some players in this youth system that would probably be big players for you. Look at this guy. Please don't show me up. Here we go. 16-year-old, 4-star. He'd definitely be 5 for if I was Hearts right now. He'd be a 5-star potential. 17.5k. Now I probably wouldn't let him go for that, but you never know. Let's just say Lyon have a lot of youth. Let's get to the team selection. Let's get into the game. I've picked the team already. This is the formation we're playing. I'm hoping that victory will be upon us again. Can't really afford not to win these kind of games. Being 100% realistic. It's Lyon. Like, it would be a bit embarrassing. Well, it wouldn't be embarrassing, but it would be one of those games that we've had all season that we just cannot afford to lose. So Dembele finds his scoring boots again. No one up front apart from him recently has. Guri's gone off the boil, and so has Goebbels, which is worrying because they're supposed to be my strikers of the future. Let's make sure I've got it on key. I do have it on key. I think I've been watching the last few games on key. Key always makes me nervous because it tends to be if there's a highlight, there's a goal. This is where I'm proved completely wrong. El Ghazi losing out on it there. Should have been a penalty. That would have been nice. Are they going to counter? We seem to be defensively stern on them right now. But that's just unlocking the defence, and I think they might score here. No, thank you. Mass, please don't make a mistake. Carter Vickers, neither shall you. It's not a bad first season for Cameron Carter Vickers. I would say if you were a team and can pick him up on a free, especially like a mid-level team, and this is, I could see a mistake happening. Please screw up. Thank you. If you're a mid-tier or a mid-level team, he's on a free transfer. You might as well pick him up. He's not a bad pickup. Right, let's remember, lads, where Lyon are in the table. As absolutely nothing is happening for the Livecom. I kind of chose this game because I thought it might be a win. Have to be honest. And I kind of just went a little bit too far. I was going to do the Lille game. You know when you just start playing and you just forget. I'm like, oh yeah, I record this. Go on, Memphis. Or not Memphis. Penalty. Okay, we'll take that. We've had a few. A few of Dembele's recent goals have been penalties, which makes me have the opinion that this one will be saved because he's scored a few recently, which is ever so worrying. Oh, he scored it. That's fine. I panicked. 24th goal of the season. Not a bad pickup. I think, what was he, 30 million? What was he? What did we pay for the man? 25. That's not bad for 25 million, is he? I've noticed Newcastle seem to be our Liverpool, and they want to sign all our players. I noticed that very recently. That there's just this recent influx of wanted by Newcastle signs. Dembele, great. Yeah, I feel like Newcastle want to come. I think Drada's wanted by Newcastle. Lopez has been wanted by Newcastle. Dembele is wanted by Newcastle. Goebbels is wanted by Leverkusen. Goebbels will not go. He's a wonder kid, and neither will Rosalia. The problem is with Goebbels is I think he's going to start wanting game time soon. And it's who do I favour? Now, I favoured Guri just simply because his goal return is better. It's just, without a doubt, is better. But recently, neither of them have pulled up trees. I mean, Goebbels does not, hold himself in good stead after the last game. When he had that many clear-cut chances. It did make me a bit frustrated I took Dembele off. Are they going to score here? Oh, I hate deflections like that. Ah, they've given a penalty. Nambulan gives away a penalty. Oh, come on, Lopez. Nope. Awesome. It's great. That's awesome. Why have we only got 54% of tackles won? 43% of headers have been won. We're not a tall team, so the headers I don't mind, but the tackles is a serious issue. Well done, defence again. Didn't play well against Lyon, defensively. Great. I'm not happy with your performance, especially the defence. Select players, defence, assertive. Disappointed with your defensive efforts. Let's see if that riles them up. I'm going to go attacking. This is the type of team we should be winning. Let's take off, work the ball into the box as well, see what that does. This is the type of team we should 100% be beating. And we've let them back in by an absolutely awful defensive mistake. So we're getting shots now. They're not on target though. Still, I'm gonna work the ball back into the box because none of these shots at the minute are on target. Let's bring on Rosalia, who I know can finish. Did I put Sherla on the bench? And Sherla, because both wing players have been awful. I am thinking we may look to change from a winged formation next season. It is all about how we fit Rosalia into a different role. Possibly as a striker. Let's see if these two attacking changes should benefit us. I'm still contemplating whether I want Toloi to be a ball-playing defender. Well done, Hassan. Losing the ball twice there. I'm not a fan of that, I've got to be honest. Mass, well done, Mass, beautiful. Dembele needs to be scoring. Needs to shake his head, you know, at least get that on target. We're giving you the opportunity, put it on target, man. Only 2 on target. This will be a very frustrating draw. Right, let's change it up. Nambulin's just had an awful day at the office. It's frustrating because the Toloi mistake in the last game, they're going to get the winner here. This would be so frustrating. This would be my live com luck. With go on, Gary. Dembele is going to make that run. Dembele. Oh, he finally puts it away. Thank you. Nice goal. Frustratingly nice goal. Yeah, defensive mistakes. I don't know if you guys have noticed it, but a lot of the downfall you can have this year is individual mistakes, which makes it more frustrating but more realistic at the same time. It's nothing to do with your tactic, just that individual has made a mistake. Like Nambulin giving away the penalty. Now, the rest of the defence haven't been great, but haven't been terrible. Oh, no. Now, that could mean they haven't had a lot to do. Gary's come on and just played some beautiful balls to Dembele, Rosalia. Oh, come on, man, finish that off. Concentrate. But yeah, I've noticed that individual mistakes have creeped into it this year, which I do kind of like. It's frustrating, but I do kind of like, and I get it. Oh, this is going to be a goal. Well played. Go and get that, Gary. He's done well since coming on. Seems to be helping out. Dembele's getting better, being fed the ball better and better opportunities because of him coming on by the looks of it. But then we have this horrible end to the game now. Let's go contain. Unless they score now, which would be absolutely mad. Look, retain possession, exploit the middle. Let's go absolutely narrow. Normal tempo. Sometimes. More disciplined. Let's keep this win, guys. Would be absolutely superb. Unless they score now, and then we cancel that and go attacking again. It would be our luck that they would score now. He was offside, that's fine. I was like, Lopez, what are you doing? But no, it's cool. He was offside. Why are you looking nervous? You're an experienced left back. Second season in the French league. You should not be looking nervous. Dembele. And this is not what we wanted. We will be getting well and truly FM'd if they score now, but I think they are gonna. It's gonna be a goal. Oh, he blazes it over. Thank you. Blow the whistle, ref. No. No. We didn't agree on there being another highlight. Get to him. Are we containing them, or what are we doing? Because we're not keeping the ball like I've asked us to. We're still giving the ball away. Is that play out of defence? If we score now, it'll look like a nod, but that wasn't play out of defence from Lopez there, was it? We're in trouble here. Well played, Mas. Mas has done that twice now. Dembele. Get into the box. Gurry. Oh. Rosalia. Gurry. Just getting swarmed and they've blown it. Woo-hoo. You've got to win ugly sometimes, haven't you? Did we get away? No. I can't. When you look at the stats, I can't really say we got away with that. But this is the second time in a row now. I'm going to have to go aggressively and say I'm very unhappy at the mistake you've made today, Nambulin. It is a position I'm looking to fix. I say fix. It's a position I will be looking to improve. If we do next season, which I feel like we probably will, I'm still having that mental debate. But if we do next season, I think that's 100% something we need to fix. He's left back. I'm quite happy at right back with Mas as a backup and Danilo coming into the club. Quite happy with those two players. Mendy I'm still very happy with as my backup. And to be honest with you, my starting left back. What's going on? We're loading very slowly all of a sudden. My starting left back, but Nambulin, he had a good year, and that is it. That is literally it. That's all he's managed to do. Why is he going so slow? How many other games were playing that day? Like 200? Man City receives some money, which is never what I want, is it? Let's go to the squad. Let's go positional. Yeah, I think that this Thomas Dupla looks like he could be a very good goalkeeper for the future. We look quite good with Vivian coming back at centre-back position. I'm still quite happy with that. I think Marcelo will be leaving. I think he's out of contract, and I don't think he'll sign a new one. Up front, I'm quite happy now. We have Dembele, Goebbels and Gurry, but I'm feeling like Gurry may have to go. He's not living up to the potential. We'll see what happens, but he's just not living up to it at the minute. It's really frustrating. Really is frustrating. But Goebbels, obviously, I would just want him to keep progressing. He is noted as a wonder kid by the press, so that does kind of tell me that he's going to be a superstar. But yeah, Memphis to go, I think. Yeah, Memphis 100%. It depends who's listed as well. And who, offers I just can't turn down. Now, Sergi Drada is a good player, but he's not the best. We have other players coming through, and I think if you get offered, big money, depends what money it is. He's only valued at 7.25, but if I get offered big money for him, it's going to be hard to turn that down. Joseph Minella, yeah, he will leave. He was a mistake. But yeah, Nambulin, I just think he looked so good that first year. Last year, was it? Yeah, for 4.7. I mean, look at that. 7.24 rating. This year's not done it. This year's just not done it at all. Awful. I mean, Mendy. Mendy's been better, but he's still not been superb. So yeah, I definitely think for us it's left back. I did look at who did I look at now? I looked at quite a big name. So I wanted big names, left and right. And I think we've got with Tonelli and Toloi. Well, Tolloi's made one mistake, so I can't really be mega frustrated with him. Clear. Who's I looking at now? Who did I look at? I got the scout report on him. It was left back. Well, it was Koscielny from Arsenal. I think he was transfer listed. Is he not anymore? Is that where he was on my list? Oh, well, there we go. Jose Gaya from... Does he come from Valencia or Celta Vigo? Valencia, yeah. It's Hugo Malo who comes from Celta Vigo, yeah. He would be 28.5 million, but he would be good because at 24 he could be a left back for the rest of time. He would be a good move. Well, that's good. I did look at Mbolo. I don't know how he develops now, which is the worry. I don't know how he develops. I like the fact he can play a few positions. My scout doesn't say he's fantastic, but I think he would be pretty good. But he's requested, so I still think they'd want a huge amount of money, would Schalke. But there's a few players here. I wanted this guy before I got Bakayoko. I really wanted him. 15.25 million. I can't say this name. Grezko Kawashniak? No, you know what I mean? Pick a normal name. I'd have just probably nicknamed him Gregor, but yeah, I decided against it. Who else did we look at? I did look at El Shaarawy. Or Shaarawy. I don't know. Before we got Schürrle, I just felt like Schürrle was a more finished product. I think if we look at his history, he's not played many games apart from this season and that season at Roma. It strikes me it's due to injury. That does. He's gone at Schalke this year and not played that many, considering he's got such a good rating. So I think he suffers with the injuries. He's not here anymore. Pedro would be nice, but he's old. He's getting old. I did look at Gylfi Sigurdsson. I did. I looked at Gylfi Sigurdsson in the last window, and I really wanted him because he's just a star in FM, and Hakan Çalhanoğlu hasn't really been doing it. Let's face it, 7.5 million. But oh man, the contract he wanted were, well, it just didn't sit well with me. I looked at Vertonghen, but he's still injured now. It didn't make sense. I think he would have been cheaper than Toloi, quite a bit cheaper. I can't remember what they wanted for him. Yeah, he must have come off of the list. I think he was only on my list because of that. I've looked at a few different players. I nearly sought out Kagawa, but it was, do I want that older player for the replacement? And then I had in my head, am I signing a player for for the fact that I think this is going to be my last season, or if I was to continue this save, would I still sign that player? And the answer was quite a few times, no, I probably wouldn't still sign that player. So, Fagulli's up, and he could be good backup for next year. But I don't know what formation I'm going to play next year. I think I'm going to change it. I think I haven't toyed with one. But I think, like this, I'm going to change to either a diamond with 2 up front, or like this, like the original Inter one. I haven't decided yet. I can't decide. I can't really change what's working right now, because it's really, really important that we, I'm not that bothered about the Europa League, to be honest. The board are mad at me for the French Cup. I knew that was going to happen. Yeah, it's not been a good season. It's not been a good season all round. We have created a little bit of space now, so if we beat Marseille, we need to keep the space, because then we have PSG and Monaco. But then the lead-in for the end of the season isn't that difficult. And the last game is against rivals Saint Etienne. But I think if it is all done and dusted, then yeah, Saint Etienne will be the game. Depends what happens in the Euro Cup. There may be more. I'm not going to live come the Bruges games. It's very close to what we're doing now, but I will look at them. 1 loss and 1 draw in recent times makes me feel good again, because there's been, for the first time in a few seasons, well, first time since last season, there's been a few patches of very bad form, which has been very frustrating, and a bit more of a topsy-turvy. If we won the Toulouse game, and we won the Reims game, we won the Rennes and the Angers game, these games that, we should be winning, then we'd be looking better in the league. We would be looking better in the league, and we'd probably be right up there with PSG. But anyway, it's happened now, and I've rambled on again. This seems to be a general reoccurrence now that I ramble at the end of episodes. I apologise. But anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching, and I will catch you in the next episode.